Now on CoastTV News.
The fight to keep focused as the world moves faster, doctors have come up with a new drug-free treatment for ADHD. Crashing into cricket, a pair of cars end up inside a Salisbury wireless store. 4 people hospitalized. We have the latest details. A bacteria advisory at one Delmarva beach, what Denrex says is likely causing it. And Route 16, how DelDOT's plans to fix the major roadway, plus where you can deposit your 2 cents.
And even though we're clear right now, we are expecting rainy conditions on Wednesday and thunderstorms on Thursday. I'll pinpoint the timing of both coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Through the wall and into the building, a wild scene in Salisbury after this accident. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with a terrifying moment at a Cricket wireless store in Salisbury. New tonight, just look at the images that are coming up here on your screen. You can see the damage from a violent car crash that ended with 2 vehicles fully inside that Cricket wireless store and 4 people in the hospital. Here's what Salisbury Assistant Fire Chief Michael Donaway says he was able to confirm about the accident. The call came in around 5 p.m. The driver of the black vehicle hit a car that was parked and ultimately pushed that car all the way through the wall of the phone store on South Salisbury Boulevard. With both vehicles ending up inside the store, the driver of the darker car was trapped inside. Crews had to get help to help him out. 3 other people also injured, and Assistant Chief Donaway says that they believe this to be pedestrians, though that's still uncertain at this point. All 3 people and the driver, so 4 in total, all 4 taken to the hospital with what the department described as non-life-threatening injuries. We are following this story, and we'll have updates as they become available. Also new at 11, Delaware State Police have arrested 27-year-old Tyler Drain of Rehoboth Beach on charges including aggravated menacing following a road rage incident this past Saturday afternoon. That happened in Lewis on June 1st around 5:41 p.m. According to an investigation, a man on a moped identified as Drain stopped in front of a car at a red light, pulled a knife, and threatened 2 people in the car. He then reportedly took off. Police later tried to pull Drain over. He then tried to run away but was caught after a short foot race. He now faces multiple charges but has been arraigned and released on bond. In health news, the latest data from the CDC showing around 6 million kids in the U.S. have been diagnosed with some form of attention deficit disorder, and lots of experts believe the number is actually much higher than that and that it's growing. Tonight, we're getting our first look at a new drug-free treatment that scientists and doctors say could change the current treatment protocol and long-term outlook dealing with ADHD. NBC senior national correspondent Jay Gray explains.
Even a quick look online can be hypnotizing, fast-paced, overwhelming. Chaos, many doctors say, contributing to the explosion of attention deficit disorders in the U.S. According to the CDC, more than 14 million Americans have ADHD, including close to 6 million children.
And when we're on screens, our brain is literally dumping dopamine, the neurotransmitter that is so important for focus.
Focus is something 11-year-old Clinton Pierce and his parents say he struggled with for years.
I could, be in a whole conversation, and then 5 seconds later I could be like, oh, look at that LeBron painting.
Formerly diagnosed with ADHD and initially prescribed Adderall, the drug helped for about a month, they say, before actually making things worse.
So that's when we fully started to explore different options.
Landing on an option that, ironically, includes more screen time. It's called Mindy, a new treatment for ADHD, depression, addiction, insomnia, and other cognitive issues, and here's how it works. Using a neurofeedback headband in conjunction with an online video game, patients concentrate on moving a ball up a hill, increasing blood flow and providing more oxygen to the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for focus, attention, and emotion. The device, described as a gem for your brain, is endorsed by neuroscientists at Stanford, Princeton, and Lund, a research university in Sweden. and NASA is aiming to use Mindy as a part of its long-duration space flight mission later this year. A study conducted with the space agency shows astronauts using it during downtime have reported performance increases and say Mindy helps them manage the stress that comes with isolation and confinement, while other independent studies indicate the technology can be effective in treating ADHD. For Clinton, Mindy has struck the perfect chord.
It's helped me a lot, and I love it. It's pretty fun, actually.
He isn't taking medicine anymore and says using Mindy for about 10 minutes a day, along with a healthy diet, meditation, and therapy, has helped him excel as an athlete and in the classroom, where he was just named the 5th grade student of the semester.
I think it's really helped my attention and focus on somebody speaking. In class, maybe I'd get up and do a little doodle during class like last year. But Mindy kind of it helped me focus on the ball, which helps me focus on my teacher and also maybe my coach or my parents.
Increased focus that for Clinton and his family makes the treatment a slam dunk. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Taking a live look outside into Lewis, our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams joining us now. Paul, give us a breakdown of the weather.
Well, the breakdown is this. We've cleared out for right now, but we are going to be watching out for a convoluted situation by the time we get to Wednesday and especially by the time we hit Thursday. Right now, we are clear. We had a couple of advisories that were earlier this evening. They've been allowed to expire as far as possible flooding is concerned. We still have some for the most northern portions of the state and just on the other side of the Chesapeake Bay. Now, actually, we're looking out for some formation of scattered showers coming out of Farmville, Charlottesville, and all that. Will begin to feather its way towards us pretty steadily over the next 36 to 48 hours in the form of scattered showers initially and then thunderstorms on Thursday. So we start off tomorrow with cloudy skies at 6 o'clock and 67 degrees. 71 by 8 o'clock will stay cloudy throughout the morning time. By noon, we'll see some scattered showers come to fruition, and those scattered showers will become a bit more in the way of thunderstorms by 2 and 4 o'clock. It's going to be a messy day in the neighborhood, so to speak, as far as Wednesday is concerned. Then Thursday, we're looking for some thunderstorms as well. We're going to elaborate more on all this coming up in a moment. To then, back to you, Charlie.
Paul, new at 11, an update to a shooting in Millsboro that we first reported on earlier this evening. Delaware State Police tell CoastTV that a shooting in the area of St. Thomas Boulevard, it's been ruled a homicide. The suspect is in custody, but is in Maryland. Now to DelDOT's plans to fix Route 16. This is the area we're talking about between Ellendale and Milton specifically. Route 16 is one of the busiest, easiest east-west roadways specifically to get to the nation's summer capital or from the nation's capital. But DelDOT wants to make the road better. CoastTV News anchor Madeline Overturf has details.
It's stop and go by the Milton Quick Stop, and locals say this is Route 16 on a good day. The bad days?
A lot of traffic jams, a lot of beeping.
This is just a really busy intersection for this little store right here, which is always busy.
It's just you sit and you wait. You've got people turning on 16 going towards 1. You've got other people coming on 16 trying to get across, and you wait and wait and wait.
Beginning Tuesday night, DelDOT is getting public feedback on ideas like sidewalks and turn lanes and possibly something much bigger.
Is a bypass something that we should explore? You know, there's pros and cons, obviously. Pros would obviously take a lot of traffic off of 16 going around Milton. However, there then becomes the need for property acquisition and really other needs that come with that when you undertake a big project like that.
DelDOT says this is just one part of a 7-mile stretch of Route 16 they plan to fix. Route 16 is part of DelDOT's larger study on east to west roadways, coming as the overpass on Route 16 and 1 wraps up next year.
This really is the next piece of the puzzle as we're looking at growing and changing traffic conditions in Sussex County.
Public comments on Route 16 will be accepted for the next 30 days online.
And I'm going to call a quick audible here for all you people sitting there at home. I'm going to read this right off my phone. It's a public safety alert that has been sent out. Attention residents on Walkabout Lane, Round Pole Bridge Road, and Cave Neck Road in Milton. This is a reversed 911 call. The Delaware State Police actively searching for Daniel Uffelman, a 40-year-old male, 5'2", 180 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, glasses, wearing a gray t-shirt, black shorts, last seen on a walkabout lane around 7:50 p.m. If they see Daniel, call 911. And in case you don't know what a reverse 911 call is, it is something that is listed as a service that allows the county to call county residents in their homes in the event of a disaster. Now moving on, as Maddie reported there in that last story, there was a public comment opportunity earlier this evening over at Milton Elementary School, but there will be a lot of time moving forward for everybody to voice their opinions on Route 16. In fact, this brings us right into our CoastTV poll, where you can weigh in right now. We want to know, how should DelDOT improve Route 16? Let's take a look at the results, and really it seems the overwhelming number of people responding say they want to see that road widened. That's 89% of the vote. You could go vote at coasttv.com or use Coast TV News' mobile app. This morning, Hunter Biden arrived at a court in Wilmington for opening statements in his federal gun trial. The presentations from both the prosecution and defense were wrapped up before noon. The president's son is accused of buying and possessing a gun in the 2018 while using illegal drugs, which is a violation of federal law. Before opening statements today, one juror was dismissed. The judge told the court that the juror sent an email overnight explaining she lives over an hour away from the courthouse and did not realize she had to be present every day. A teachable moment from what could have been a much more dangerous incident tonight. Laurel police reporting that a police-involved collision took place. Now, the good news, nobody was hurt. But listen to the details here. Around 10 a.m. on the way to a call, a marked Laurel Police Department car crashed into another vehicle in the intersection of Market Street and Central Avenue. According to the police, their vehicle had lights on, sirens blaring, but there was still a collision. And while that collision is under investigation, Laurel police want to remind everybody, when you see those lights, hear that siren, you do need to pull over and stop until the vehicle has passed you. President Biden has signed an executive order to slow the influx of migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. The order temporarily shuts down asylum requests once the average number of daily encounters between official ports of entries tops 2,500. According to White House officials, that threshold has already been met. The border will reopen only when that number falls to 1,500. In 2018, the Trump administration tried to enact similar border restrictions, but the courts blocked them. The Biden administration does now expect to defend the executive order against legal challenges.
I'm Madeline Overturf, and here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. The city of Salisbury wants to clarify it has no plans to get rid of its Ann Street Village. That is its transitional housing facility. The city says it's now working on finding the right partner organization to run the village and get it at full capacity. A recreational water advisory is in effect for South Bethany. DENREC says increased bacteria levels, they're higher than standard, and rain, wildlife feeding near the shore, and waves often cause those extra germs in the water. Hotel Road will be shut down Wednesday. Worcester County government says that's for emergency repairs for bridge decking. That's a look at some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
We're just getting started this evening. Still to come, Elon Musk getting sued by his own shareholders, the billion-dollar sale that has some of them crying foul. And also, dollars for dredging. A cash infusion is going to make a big difference in Fenwick Island.
And here's a look at your Bay forecast. In Cambridge, you start off at 7 o'clock in the morning, cloudy skies. Scattered showers kick in by lunchtime with a chance of thunderstorms by 5 o'clock. Temperatures in the 70s. And we're looking for the same scenario in Crisfield, 71, 77, and 79 degrees. We'll have your full forecast coming up in just 60 seconds.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood. The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the George H.P. Smith Park at DuPont and Johnson Avenues in Lewis every Saturday from 8 to noon.
We're watching out for a chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, but we're going to run into some rain on Wednesday as well. Our Spicer Brothers camera in Salisbury, holding at about 69 degrees right now, will drop to 67 by 1 o'clock, partly to mostly cloudy skies, and down to 66 by 3 o'clock in the morning. We warmed to 83 for the high in Georgetown, 84 for the high, Salisbury, 75, the highest temperature reading in Ocean City. Compare that to the norm for this time of the year. 80 is our norm, but we are 3 degrees warmer than that. But that was at like just before 11 o'clock in the morning. And then we kind of oscillated after that. We are clear right now. No problems, no precipitation. That won't be the case all day for us on Wednesday. We widen the scope here and we start seeing evidence of the scattered showers beginning to filter through portions of central Virginia, but most of that is shooting to the north and out of our way, not a direct beeline towards us. But we're going to have some things developing because we have a low pressure system that's to our south that's going to begin to sweep its way towards us and drag the influence of rain and thunderstorms in our general direction. Now, the question here is, do we have the stage set to support strong storms? The answer, definitely, because we have temperatures in the 70s right now. But it's the dew point temperatures that's really providing the scaffolding for this to stay very active. Look at this, 66 for the dew point temperature in Rehoboth, Lewis, and Bethany Beach. And when you have temperatures, dew point temperatures in the 60s, that makes the mugginess in the air go sky high. So our muggy meter is picking up on the fact that we're going to go from humid to very humid on Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. And then when we go Friday into Saturday, it looks like we'll see a drop-off. But our muggy meter is adjusting for each model run, and it's delaying the drop-off every time we run it again, right? Makes you want to just stop running it to see if we avoid that mugginess. But I don't think we're going to avoid it. Now, the latest run is indicating by 1 o'clock Friday, we initially had runs that were indicating an inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain. That's backed off to nearly 1/4 of an inch in Georgetown, just over that in Rehoboth Beach, and just over 1/2 an inch in Ocean City. And that includes Wednesday and Thursday. So the rain's not looking impressive as far as the amount. So now we begin to look at the intensity. Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock, 60s, some cloud cover. 3 o'clock, spotty sprinkles flare up. The models are adjusting as the storm gets closer. Thursday is where I'm focusing all of my concern anyway, and Thursday's still rolling out as expected thus far. We're looking for downpours by 5 o'clock in the morning for our Thursday, then they pull through quickly. And it's moving so quickly that tends to make me lean towards that intensity being on the high side. But look at 4 o'clock in the afternoon for Thursday between Georgetown and Milton. We'll see if that holds true. And then it looks like it's going to stay steamrolling us as we go into Friday. And then as we go, the most southern portion of our viewing area, look at the same thing. Winds out of the southwest for Thursday as well, pushing out of the southwest. So here we go. Increasing cloud cover for tonight, 65. Scattered rain for tomorrow. Thunderstorms on Thursday. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodel and Extended Forecast.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate that. Sussex County Council is going to give Fenwick Island $800,000 for dredging plans. The project would take place in 2 boating channels in Little Assawoman Bay. Fenwick Island has matched the $800,000 towards the project and will receive $1 million in state bond bill appropriations. The town says the project is necessary for the safety of boaters and to improve water flow. Next, the council will draft a memorandum of understanding for that funding. And we've talked a lot about wetland buffers in Lewis. Officials have been looking into ways to protect wetlands and help establish storm and flood protection and water quality improvements in Lewis. The next step is scheduling a workshop for people to learn about protection plans as well. Coming up next, the widening wealth gap. CEOs outpacing worker pay by an even bigger number now.
America's favorite car show makes its Dover debut with cool cars, cool people, and good time. It's the first ever Good Guys First Grundy Insurance Mid-Atlantic National, and it's all happening this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway. Check out over 2,000 of the Northeast's baddest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross racing action, a tire smoke and burnout competition, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, and so much more. And it's all going down this weekend at Dover Motor Speedway. Get details at good-guys.com.
I went to bed one night and I woke up. There's just a bunch of people around me looking down at me. That's the moment I died.
He was in cardiogenic shock, he was in septic shock, he was in respiratory failure, and we were eventually able to get his pulse back.
Bay Health never gave up on me. They're my heroes. I don't think there's even a way you can repay somebody that saves your life, other than the biggest thank you I can think of.
The world's #1 selling farm tractor. Easy to operate and more powerful than your average tractor. Mahindra tractors. Push more, pull more, lift more. With more torque and lower engine maintenance, Mahindra tractors are rugged and tough. We know how much you love your land, so we want you to love your tractor. Get your next Mahindra tractor today. Southern States of Milford, improving farming and improving life. Rooted since 1948.
At Bath by Spicer Brothers, we understand that safety is important when it comes to your shower. Our design experts prioritize your safety without compromising on style or comfort. Equipped with features like sturdy seats, strategically placed grab bars, non-slip floors with low thresholds for easy access, and adjustable shower wands. Right now, we're offering a complimentary customized safety upgrade with factory certified 5-star installation guaranteed. Plus, take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026. Bath by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The gap in pay between company CEOs and their employees, it is growing. A recent analysis showed in 2023 that a CEO on the S&P 500 made nearly 200 times more than their employees. That's up from a ratio of 185 times in 2022. That growing divide is driven by the fact that CEO pay is closely tied to share prices. That means as the U.S. stock market booms, CEOs are raking in fat pay packages. Meanwhile, many workers are struggling to keep up with rising costs of living. The rate of inflation in the U.S. has dropped, but it still remains above normal. That's keeping the Federal Reserve from lowering interest rates so far this year. Right now, the S&P 500 is at an all-time high, climbing another 11% since the start of just this year. That could signal CEO pay packages that will get even bigger this year. In a somewhat related story, Elon Musk and the Tesla board are facing a shareholder lawsuit. It's over his sale of $7.5 billion worth of Tesla shares in late 2022. That came ahead of a January 2023 sales report that sent the price of the stock plunging. The suit alleges that Musk likely knew the weaker sales report was on the way at the time of the sale, and it claims that he exploited inside information and profited from it. The suit is asking that Musk return the profits on the stock sale to the company. Tesla, which doesn't have a PR department, did not return a request for comment. Coming up in sports, the Delmarva Shorebirds start their 12-game home stretch. Catch the highlights and all the fun from a night in Salisbury. And also, high heat and medication. It is a bad mix. What you need to know about the summer temperatures as they rise.
And we're taking
Coast TV, winner of AP's Outstanding News Operation.
What's the difference between their mattresses and Janosic mattresses? The largest selection in the region. A new mattress can be yours today with lower payment options and free local delivery on premium mattresses. Buy better at Johnny Janosic.
Teens have drama. 1 more minute! Braces add more drama.
Oh, how does anyone do this?
Invisalign is better oral hygiene and no drama.
With Reynolds Wrap, cooking becomes so easy, you can feel like the chef of your kitchen. Easy prep, easy cook, easy clean. Reynolds Wrap.
Summer means Beat the Peak season for Delaware Electric Cooperative members. Our co-op issues Beat the Peak alerts when the cost of energy is highest. During peak alerts, we ask members to voluntarily conserve energy, lowering our overall cost for power. Download our Beat the Peak app to receive alerts when it's time to save. If you own a programmable thermostat or electric vehicle, you can also receive billing credits when you conserve. DEC's rates are the lowest in the region. Beat the Peak and help us keep energy costs affordable.
On Coast Life, when to choose walk-in care over the ER. Plus, celebrate a local amusement park's 60th anniversary of bringing joy. And get your garden summer ready with expert landscaping tips. Tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got the recommendations for baths by Spicer Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
All new Drew.
All things wedding!
Yay!
A jaw-dropping mother of the bride makeover.
It's a big deal. Here she is.
On the next Drew.
Wednesday at noon on Coast TV.
The dog days of summer are discount days at Johnny Janosic. Save up to 50%, plus an extra 10% off everything. And 36-month special financing. Shop the dog days of summer clearance sale. Going on now at Johnny Janosic.
The Delaware Division of Motor Services is reminding drivers, hey, take advantage of the DMV on the go trailer this summer. That's where you can go for some DMV services like address changes on your license. The DMV on the go is going to be at DART's Lewis Transit Center on Mondays. According to the DMV, the trailer will be stopping in the Milton Cheer Center on Tuesdays and Big Lots Plaza in Seaford on Thursdays. For all the locations, the trailer will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. As the temperatures rise, so does the risk of heart-related illness, and certain medications can make a person even more vulnerable when it's hot outside. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explores and reports on which medications don't mix well with the heat and the precautions you need to take to stay safe.
High temperatures, heat, and humidity can all affect the body, but some medications can pose an added danger.
Medications that decrease the body's ability to shunt blood out to the skin and then sweat off that fluid to help release a lot of that heat. That's really why they predispose to heat illness overall.
Emergency medicine Dr. Kevin Watkins with Cleveland Clinic says medications that can cause heat intolerance include diuretics, heart medications like blood pressure drugs, antihistamines, decongestants, antibiotics, antidepressants, and antipsychotics.
We worry most about heat stroke, especially when there are heat waves.
Everyone can protect against extreme heat by wearing loose-fitting clothing, keeping your house cool by covering windows, finding air conditioning in a public place if your home doesn't have it, avoiding strenuous activities outdoors in high heat, and staying hydrated.
If you get dehydrated, you're really hurting your body's ability to get rid of that heat as well.
Heat can also degrade medication, so experts say make sure to store medicine properly.
In a place that is, away from sunlight, that is cool, in a bathroom, ideally in a closed area.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The Shorebirds began their longest homestand of the year tonight. Let's check out the highlights against Lynchburg in the opener. Shorebirds 15-35 coming in, but Sherman wants to let Lynchburg know the Birds mean business tonight at Purdue. Third inning we go. Hot shot to first. Noah Berth-Romero picks it out, throws to second, and that'll start a smooth 3-6-3 double play. Bottom four after Lynchburg took a 2-1 lead. Cats turn to flash the leather. Soft chopper. Alonzo Richardson fields his position. They only get the forts at second, but it's still 2-1. To the fourth we go. Angel Tejada with a runner on base, and he's going to do some damage. Gulfs one to deep left field. This one's headed for the DSN side. 2-run shot for Tejada, and Delmarva jumps back in front. It's 3-2. Home run number 3 on the year for Angel, and the Shorebirds kept the lead with some fine plays like these. Steven Acevedo laying out for the grab and right, and then we head right back to the batter's box. Same score, 5th inning. Aaron Estrada, a drive to deep right center. That one's gone. 4th of the year for Estrada as the Shorebirds going to win this one 6-3 over the Hillcats. Next game of that series, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Plus, we're under 48 hours from episode 7 of Into the Trenches, The Wildcat Legacy. All episodes, they're free to stream on the Delmarva Sports Network website and app. That is for sports.
Still ahead, mead, metal, and more, the event that will take you back to the Middle Ages this weekend. Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 11.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, somewhere to smile about.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Pig out on riches at Ocean Downs with Greedy Piggy. Pick a piggy bank to feast on free play. Get greedy for more, but risk losing it all. Plus, earn finalist entries for a chance at $10,000 cash. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral service offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $15.95, or choose to have a small visitation service, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services. Simply respectful.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally, and that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here, and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say, and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Party like it's 793. The Brimminghorn Meadery is hosting its annual Mead, Metal, and Viking Festival all weekend long. It's a free event that takes place at the Milton Meadery off Route 9. In addition to Mead, Metal, and Vikings, you can also check out the live music, games, and artisan vendors.
Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, we're at 67 degrees, dropping and staying at 67, partly cloudy skies for the rest of the night. Our umbrella winner, it's Judy Lazard. Congratulations from Selbyville, courtesy of Paul Davis, Restoration Home Remodeling. Now, with our UV index, a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, for Wednesday, we're going to dip down to 5. Then we're going up to 8 and 9 for the rest of the day, so get the sunscreen handy. We are clear right now with our live radar, but if you want to keep up with your forecast, call our line at 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away, sponsored by Baird, Mandela's, Bruckstead, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling exclusive 10-day forecast.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here on Coast TV News at 11. For more news, for more of our local weather, download that great Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, that's coming up next. And we're going to see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.